Right now we're about a month away from spring, and realistically where I live in Indiana, it's gonna be like a full 2 months until it's really looking and feeling like spring. I thought it'd be fun to make a little vlog about all the little ways to make winter more survivable. I go absolutely stir crazy by like early middle March, and I am really looking forward to making this vlog just because I think it's gonna be really cozy and fun. So, the first thing we're doing to combat the winter blues is bake. This winter I started a sourdough starter. It's so foamy and light and very stinky. So I'm gonna try making sourdough pizza crust. And I've actually just had like a huge breakthrough, I think. So I've made a couple different loaves of bread. I tried focaccia, I've made bagels, I've made some different things with sourdough, discard, but nothing was really turning out. Like they kept being extremely like tough. The dough was not like, the elasticity wasn't there, and I just couldn't figure out what was going on. I ate gluten-free in my teens for about 5 years, and I thought maybe I'm just out of the habit of making bread. Maybe it's just a skill issue. Maybe it's the starter. Maybe my recipes are bad. And then last week I made a loaf of banana bread, and I was like, oh, I'll just like weigh the ingredients like I've been doing for bread, because it's like, you know, I've been in my mindset of like weighing ingredients. So I pull out the scale and I'm following a recipe from America's Test Kitchen, and it says 6 large bananas or 2 1/4 pounds. And I'm weighing the bananas, and I've got like 5 in the bowl, and it says a pound, and I'm like, okay, maybe they're small bananas. So I added 3 more. I'm at 8 bananas, and it still says 1 pound, 12 ounces. And I was like, okay, I'm calling cap. Something's off here. And I took all the bananas out of the bowl. I ended up just using like 6 or 7 instead of 8. And I pulled out the flour, and I was gonna weigh it. And I poured a bunch into the bowl, and there was like definitely more than a cup there. And according to the recipe, a cup and like 3/4 was supposed to be like 4 ounces. So I had more than a cup there, and it said 1 ounce. And I was like, okay, time out. Something is wrong with my scale. Like, it's not me, it's not the recipes, it's the scale. So I got a new scale, and I'm actually really excited now to try making my bread again, because I think it's going to turn out a lot better. Something else I made this week was pastina. So I just saved so many recipes from Instagram over time, and I have kind of made a goal to try to make as many of the recipes that I've saved as possible. And one that's come up over and over again is pastina. And so earlier this week, I finally got the ingredients for that and made the recipe, and it's been my lunch this week. It's so good. I don't know why I held off on making it for so long. The recipe I used was from this account on Instagram, and it just calls to make like a chicken vegetable base and blend it. And then you add a little bit of egg and Parmesan to the pasta to make it richer. It's such a level up from regular chicken noodle soup. And I got like chicken like quarters and made my own chicken broth too. So I have like chicken to add. So it was like super easy, and I'm like really glad I found the recipe and tried it. Also, I couldn't find the little pasta stars at any of my local grocery stores, so I ended up making a special trip to my local Italian food store, and it was like a fun little side quest on my Saturday. So yeah, like making fun new recipes and food that you enjoy, I think it's a really great way to combat the winter blues. cover it and you let it sit. I'm gonna put mine on top of the fridge because I think it's warmer up there than most other places in my kitchen during the winter. In the morning, I will give that dough a stretch and fold a few times, and then it'll rest until it's ready to bake tomorrow night for dinner. Now that my pizza dough is mixed and waiting, like resting and relaxing, I don't know exactly what the word is, autolyzing, I think is the term. I am going to get ready for bed, and then I'm going to try to build a fire. I've actually never built a fire before, but I feel like it's such a good way to embrace the cold season. I'm so lucky to live in a house that has a fireplace, and it's a wood-burning fireplace as well. But if you don't have a fireplace, I think lighting candles and doing things by candlelight extremely cozy. Also, when it comes to like getting ready for bed, I took a bath yesterday, and it was the first time I've taken a bath this winter, and it was so nice. I also took it by candlelight and like read in the bath for a while, and it was so cozy. I highly, highly recommend if you're feeling like bluey and cold and like just run a hot bath, put in some Epsom salts, light a candle, make yourself a little drink, and just relax and unwind in the bath. It was really, really nice. All right, I have changed into my ski pajamas and my cardigan. The way I have been living in this cardigan is just a random cardigan from Marshall's. Absolutely been living in it. And I feel like a cute, comfy pair of slippers, way to stay warm in the winter and to be way cozier than you would be otherwise. I spent my entire like teenage years just wearing socks around the house in the winter and then wondering why I was like a human ice cube. And having a pair of slippers with like a rubber sole keeps so much of the cold from the ground from radiating into your body, and as a result my feet are less cold, my hands are less cold. If you're someone who struggles with a cold, I highly recommend getting a good pair of slippers. I live in my slippers in the winter. Another thing that's really, really great, especially for a single person like me, is my electric blanket. It is such a game changer when it comes to the winter. I spent like $40 on it a couple years ago and has been worth its weight in gold ever since then. I just keep it on like really low, like 3, and it's like just enough warmth to keep me super duper cozy. Lydia, before the electric blanket, would have loved a hot water bottle because I would go to bed every night with freezing cold feet and not be able to sleep. And I would get out of bed and get a heat pack and put it in the microwave and then like lay it over my feet just so I could fall asleep. So I don't know why it took me so long to embrace the electric blanket lifestyle, but there is no going back for me. Okay, we're in the living room and I'm going to attempt to build a fire. I've never actually done this before, but I've seen enough people do it and I've like read about how to do it enough that I feel like I should be able to figure it out. Fingers crossed. We also have like a gas pilot in our fireplace, so if worst comes to worst, I can just turn that on and it will help me get the fire lit. But I'd like to see if I can build one on my own without that first. I think I might have to turn on the gas.
What?
I might have to turn on the gas.
Why didn't you turn on the gas?
Because I was trying to do it
Need some help with that?
Flue is open. I'm just
blowing on
this.
Yeah.
So that's the other flue.
Let's see.
So we don't all suffocate, I guess. Cardboard.
So like, the main thing the paper's for is just to heat it up. His dad would say you want to hear that roar.
Okay.
Stacking, but I'm still on lot easier with weekends.
Yeah, tell me about it. I think I'd be here till midnight and then give up. Yes, that helps as well. Made a stretch and fold of my dough. The texture of it is so much better than my last projects, and I'm pretty sure that's because of the weight. So this is going in the fridge, and I'm going to make pizza dough, or I'm going to shape the pizza crusts before dinner later. And right now I think I have to go out and shovel some snow because our neighbor plowed a bunch of snow right behind where my car is parked, and I have to go to work, so yay. I was saying I have to go dig my car out. It's not that bad, but I don't want to get stuck on the way out the door because I have to drop back off for work. So I'm going to suit up in my snow pants to do it. Is it overkill? Yes, but something I am starting to learn more and more as an adult is that sometimes the things that are just a little extra effort make your life so much easier and so much less miserable, and they're worth it. So I've invested in a new pair of snow pants this year. I got these like white ones instead of like black because I thought they'd be so much cuter with my coat. And then I haven't like gone skiing or anything yet this year, so I may as well get some extra return on investment out of my snow pants. Although I actually am going skiing in 2 weeks. It's kind of like an unexpected opportunity that came up, so I'm really looking forward to that. I like skiing. See, that took like 10 seconds, and I'm going to be so much happier if I did it once I get out there. Okay, let's go. Now that dinner is done and cleaned up, I'm going to mix up some cookie dough before I go to the gym. I got a package of halva recently at the store, and I've been thinking about what I want to do with it besides just eat it because it's delicious. And I'm gonna make some chocolate chip cookies and mix it into the dough.